Good evening. Hey, Edward. Hi, Laura. Good evening. Hi there. Hi, Anna. Hi, William. Hi, good evening. I had to practice that. I'm so used to good morning. I change it up. Now it's evening and it's dark outside and it's cold. Arr. Who had an interesting Monday today? Who went to school? Hi, everyone. Who went to school? It's the start of a rough week, right? From what I've been hearing, schools are, in a tough spot. A lot of teachers out, a lot of students out. There's a lot of concern this week, right? This is a good week to keep yourself healthy. This is a really good week to take it easy. Okay, this is the next 2 weeks are going to be really important for you to take care of yourself. Everyone give me a thumbs up here. Everyone, that's the priority this week. We're just having fun here. We're just having fun and doing math. The priority, though, this week is to stay rested, stay healthy, keep your family healthy. Yes? Okay, good. So as long as we have that down, let's talk about the bonus session that we're doing tonight, the Monday session. This is not supposed to be a long session. It's supposed to be a session where I can identify a couple more things and maybe mention a couple more things to help you on your final push out before you take the test. And we added this session in because we would always end the session on Sunday, and it just didn't seem to be enough. So I'm hoping that I might say something today, and it might click. Okay, so I'm glad that you're here. All right, just so you know, this session is recorded, and just like all the sessions, it's going to be posted later on today. So around 10 p.m. tonight, it will be posted. So if you haven't already, you can go to those class recordings and start watching them, and all of them will be up tonight at 10. Thumbs up. And when do they go up? They're on from 10 all the way till Friday, 10 p.m. Yes? So if you missed anything, you want to go back, please do it by Friday. They come off on Friday to get ready for the next class on Saturday. All right? We have talked about a whole bunch of things you can do to win this. I really want you to win this. Okay? Riley, I want you to win. Ashley, I want you to win. Okay? But to win, we really, when I say play to win, when we play to win, we don't always win. But if we give it our best shot, and I mean give it your best shot, you will go further and you will pass this faster than you will if you're scared and don't know what to do, right? If you put your best foot forward, you're going to learn the math as fast as you can. Yes? And that's all we can ask. That's all I can ask. Okay? And that is the goal. We have talked about things before, but we're past that. And during, we're kind of at the end of the line here with the during. So today, at the end, we're going to talk about after, and we're going to make that our focus after, okay? Because that's really what you're going to be faced with. You're going to have a couple of days, a couple of weeks after the class to take yourself to the next level. So that's what our focus will be on the action on this to win plan today. We'll talk about what you can do after the class, all right? In this particular class, we've talked about a couple of themes. We've had a couple of themes here. One of them was active participation. I'm really glad that you're here. Now, not everyone's here today. Some teachers, a good chunk of the class has been like, hey, I'll Netflix it, right? I don't need that. Whatever, the bonus session, what's he going to do in the bonus session? I'll Netflix the session, right? That's a choice, but I'm glad you're here. And Steve, please stay with me for the hour if you can, and we'll get to some good stuff, all right? Also, as you go through today's class, just like all the others, I want you to always think about how you solve problems and start turning them into recipes. So every problem is an opportunity to break it down into steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Who's liking this metaphor? Solving problems like doing a recipe. Who likes that? Recipes are simple, clear language, very direct, written in imperative voice, meaning they're commands. Step 1, do this. Show your work. Step 2, do this. Show your work. This is how you want to learn the math. And by breaking it into steps, you're able to identify where you went wrong. I didn't pour it. There's where I go. I always go wrong with the pouring. Or I don't know. It says bake for 5 minutes and I did it for 10 minutes. that catches me every time. We really want to build our awareness here. If we can build our math and build our awareness of the steps in the math, then we'll get better. And this leads us to this idea here, okay? As we get better in math, our overall math awareness rises. And we start to become able to see, where we make mistakes, okay? What we have to fix. We also start to see what we're doing really good in. That's really important that you start to see what you're good at and what you're not good at. You're going to have to write these essays. And one of the hardest sections of the essays is analyzing the student's work. Who's done this before? Who's taken the exams? And you have to analyze the student's work. The student's work has got some good things and it's got some mistakes. And sometimes these mistakes, well, you're going to have to analyze the student's work, just like we talked about in the case study, identify strengths and weaknesses, right? Solve the problem, provide an alternative strategy. But these mistakes, when sometimes the errors go right over teachers' heads, they don't see them. When you're aware of your mistakes, who's older? Who's older than 40? Who's 40 or older? Who's had some life experiences where you made the mistakes and now you can see the mistake happening from a mile away? You're like, that's not going to happen to me again, right? That hurt me. I remember that. Never again, right? So we can kind of learn from our mistakes. And when we learn from our mistakes, we can prevent them from happening. We can see them before they happen. We know that's going to happen, right? So as you become aware of your errors, all the things that you're doing wrong, that's not only going to help you answer more questions correctly, but when you do the analysis of the student's work, you're going to see it from a mile away. Oh, you're adding fractions incorrectly because it's happened to me, and I know what that's like. Or this is a very basic one, right? This is the one where it's adding up to 1,000 and it's involving regrouping. Is that right? And you could be like, it's happened to me. I had this. This was a problem I had. Now I can see it from a mile away that you're having it. And I can identify it and write about it. Here's what I'm saying. So as we start to think about our strengths and our errors or things we need to fix and have that self-awareness in math, it's going to really help you on solving the problems and writing your essays. Yes? Okay, good. That's a big idea in this class. This stuff here is good. I always like to say in the group, you should be spending, I like to say 60-40. 60-40. 40, ideally, only 40% of your time would be watching videos again. And 60% of your time would be doing other stuff like reading the packets, doing the practice test, just doing more math, right? But I think that's a good goal, 60-40. So don't overload on this next week too much. This is only 40% of your time. So if you only have 4 hours to study, right? I'm sorry, if you only have 10 hours of study this week, if you only have 10 hours this week or 10 hours before your test, then you're only spending 4 of those 10 hours watching the class recordings. Team, do you hear me here? Some teachers, they just go back. They don't do the videos, the YouTube videos. They don't do the practice tests. They go and redo the class again. And they think that's going to be enough. And unfortunately, it's not. So try this. Try a little differently. 40% of your time, sure, if you have 20 hours, you can spend 8 hours here. Whatever it is. You spend a little bit of 40% of your time going back and watching the recordings, and you spend the rest of the time doing the action plan that we'll be talking about, okay? Which is going back and really taking advantage of all those videos here, all these videos. I know that you might have done this already, but a lot of you didn't. This should be where you're spending more of your time because you're really practicing the math or spending time on the practice exams or the vocabulary, right? You're gonna get better when you do more problems, not by watching another 10 hours of videos. Who hears me? You've done the 10 hours, okay? So spend some time doing other stuff, okay? All right, I think that's good for our intro right now. I think we're good. I think we're gonna jump in to this section right here, okay? So let's
Hi team, this is Chris Abraham from GOHAcademy. This spring, GOHAcademy is turning all the workshops into webinars. This is designed to help teachers continue studying and getting ready for their exams and stay at home at a safe distance. These classes are going to be covering the same material as a regular workshop. We're going to do them in 7 hours, and they're held on Saturdays and Sundays in the morning from 7 to 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday. These classes are geared for teachers that are going to be studying April and taking their tests late April, May, and June. And we'll also be doing webinars throughout the summer. I encourage you to check out a webinar. I'm sure you'll find them very helpful.